He's the GOAT. He's won more than anyone else, and probably more than anyone else ever will. But you know, on that day, we didn't get it right.
You know, you're starting that last lap, you're like, oh, basically, I don't know, a bit of an Aussie bogan, but you're just like, I hope this thing costs you bastard, basically.
And Mostert tries to go around the outside at McPhillamy. There's no space there. He tries to do it at Skyline. There's no space there either.
Set yourself up for the elbow or conrod. Block up the hill and down the hill.
Pretty much know the script. So what are we doing again? We're watching some horrific footage, and you're gonna ask me questions while I'm emotional and sad. Is that right? And just talk. Yeah. Yes, this is 2014. This is qualifying.
The exit is now open.
This will be qualifying for race number 30 of our 38 race championship for this championship year. We're back at Mount Panorama with the qualifying clock frozen at just over 30 minutes in the session, and unfortunately that's debris from this incident involving David Reynolds, car number 55. Here is the replay. So traffic forced him wide. It was Todd Kelly on the inside. Davies had to run around the outside and has clouted the concrete wall in a significant impact.
Russell was doing like really slow. He was doing like 40, 60k an hour. It felt like to me, trying to not take anything out of his tyres to roll around so he still had a good tyre. And I don't know, I just had a brain fart moment. I got to the exit of turn 2 and I've just had enough, and I've just blazed past him, and that was all she wrote.
He got caught passing Russell Ingall under red flag. That's the reason. So his penalty put him to the back of the field.
We're just about ready to get cars back out onto the racetrack once again. Clock is ticking.
I'm all over Cauchi in the wall at the cutting.
That's Whincup in the wall at the cutting.
Okay, mate. Is the car okay? Do you think the car's repairable?
Yes, this is 2014. This is qualifying, and unfortunately I've just kept up it on my green tyres for a lap too long, and ended up in the fence at the cutting.
Here it is again. This has been a repeat cycle problem this weekend. We tried a lot of different things, but even by qualifying, after all that practice, the car still wasn't right, so it was still really difficult to drive. So yeah, unfortunately, Jamie came a bit unstuck, and that sort of meant that we were going to start quite a way back for the big race on Sunday.
Jamie Whincup, how do you get this done from 23rd position on the grid?
Yeah, we've made it hard for ourselves. We're almost back in town. We're that far back here, but yeah, this race means a lot to me, so we're not going to take it lightly.
Chaz Mostert, disappointing in qualifying to get that penalty that starts you from the very last position on the grid, but yourself, you're pacey around here at Bathurst, and you've got the experienced Paul Morris behind the wheel of the car as well.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't want anyone else in the car at the moment. You know, he's going to keep it straight and give it back to us through the middle there. And yeah, the car was pretty quick in the warm-up this morning. It's been quick in all the practice sessions. But a better race car than qualifying car, and yeah, the penalty did hurt us. But you know, I think we feel a bit more safer right at the back here. We've got the Aero Bridge shade here, so we're all chilled as a cucumber down here.
Obviously, we knew that we'd be starting from the rear of the grid, which, hey, if there's, I mean, starting from the rear at Bathurst, it's a long day. There's plenty of time that you can make that back up. But by that point of the weekend, the car actually wasn't very good.
The key to the 2014 race was it probably wasn't our race to win. Starting from last on the grid, it's a big ask.
The 2014 Great Race Field is set. The Super Cheap Auto Bathurst 1,161 laps, 1,000 kilometres of Mount Panorama. A problem at the start. Look at McLaughlin up the inside, the Volvo, a ripping start. Winterbottom to the outside, Van Gisbergen drops 2 spots before he gets to turn 1.
Then look at Whincup. What a great start from the back.
Yeah, he got a gun start, and to be honest, I think this first stint was probably one of the most impressive drives or stints at Bathurst that, you know, Jamie's probably, you know, I mean, he's done plenty of good stints, but this was one of the best ones.
Look at Whincup, he's not messing about. A bit of hip and shoulder with car number 34.
Great job, Jamie Whincup, up 5 spots.
And that moves him to 17th. You need a bit of cooperation, and that's what he got there. Jamie positioning for a move down the inside at turn 1, but Dale covers. He's legally allowed to do that, but Whincup is easily able to outbrake.
You know, he got to get the car up to 5th, obviously gave us confidence that the car was fast. You know, and then you sort of also think it's like, are we too fast too early in the race, and is that going to hurt us later on? But it was super impressive, and by that point, it was just another Bathurst 1000. We were in the hunt.
Whincup now up into 5th position from 23rd. This is one of the best first stints of this race I've ever seen.
Oh no, cold tyres and straight into the wall for Paul Morris. Has gone straight into the wall there, so it's a combination.
Just try to reverse it out. Can you reverse it out, mate?
It's not just the cold tyres either, it's the debris on the road up there.
Well, for me, I was just kind of just got out of the car and Paul got back in, so I kind of missed the shunt, and then I saw on the TV in the background that a car's hanging out the fence. So yeah, it's cool to watch the old footage here and see, you know, Tim and track breaking up. You forget how much actually happened in that race.
So here's the replay of what happened to Paul Morris. He just completed the stop. He's on the marbles. There's nothing out there in the way of grip, plus cold tyres to add insult to injury.
The way the Dunlop worked on that brand new track, and we saw plenty of accidents in that year as well. Just the way the grip would shear across the track with the car. So when you see that attitude on the car, it's literally like the car is snapping away from the grip, and to try and catch it is quite hard.
Red flag, safety car, leader cars, back into the grid, stop just ahead of the grid.
That was the voice of the race director in Cam's race control, Tim Schenken. They have suspended this race. It's a red flag that's been displayed. A long time since we've seen these kinds of scenes. There was a blockage in the race back in 1981 up at the top of the hill. We had the drama in 1992 when Mark and Jimmy won the race when there was a blockage up the top. This is for an entirely different reason.
Well, I mean, it's unfortunate, but I'm really concerned with the manner it's been carried out. Personally, I think you should just drive around the track and fix it. Like, as a driver, put some witch's hat. If you run over the witch's hat, you're rubbed out. I mean, I don't think you should stop a race as great as this for this. Now, I know safety comes into play. I know there's a whole lot of other things, but I think it's an overreaction. If they think they can patch that track up with a little bit of cement, it's like wiping an elephant's bum with a cotton bud. I mean, it just doesn't work.
Turn 2 was pretty horrid then. It was a bit of a hold your breath moment every lap through there, but it's a bit of a bonus to get a bit of a breather, and hopefully we'll press on and get through the field a bit further. But I think we're probably about 5th or 6th on the road at the moment when all the pit stops pan out, so it's not too bad.
Green flag, safety car move off, safety car move off.
I'm not that confident that it's going to stay.
Racing resumes once again after one of the most bizarre stoppages. Car 7, Todd Kelly's been rotated. There's more cars involved in this, including one. Car number 1, Jamie Whincup. We're on board. He's got it mobile. This is the danger of cold tyres and traffic.
In pit lane, broken left front wheel.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, shit.
I had an incident halfway through the day, which meant we went down a lap and 3/4.
Yeah. We had to come in the pits. We thought we were fucked. We thought we were done. I forgot how amazing this race really was.
Slicing through the field, still trying to get that lap back for Jamie Whincup. We've seen plenty of evidence this year that Whincup's prepared to put it on the line, to drive the wheels off it, to make a statement. Oh, and he hasn't been playing a conservative game at all, and he's not playing one now. Oh no, more trouble for car number 23, Tim Blanchard in the wall. This is another safety car.
What's that do?
Mark Winterbottom leads the field from Jamie Whincup, from Craig Lowndes, from Chaz Mostert, from Will Davison, from Rick Kelly.
The way the race was kind of unfolding, that those other guys were probably the guys that were in the hunt for the 1000. I was just lucky to be running there with them and really enjoying running in a good position and hopefully to get a good result. And you wanted to try and sneak onto the podium at that stage.
Look at this, here comes Whincup down the inside. He's got the thing chirping on the rear brake, and Whincup goes to the lead. They're on for the crisscross. Jamie Whincup is the leader of the race. It's now Holden from Ford as they roar down towards turn number 1. There's absolutely nothing in it, and Lowndes has got a sniff. Oh no, Lowndes has made contact with Frosty. Mostert's gone to second, Frosty's out of business. There's going to be emotion attached to this one.
The way the cars parted coming off one and you see one car spinning off, I felt like I was in NASCAR and you just had to keep the throttle buried and hopefully find a gap and come out the other side. And then all of a sudden I've passed 2 cars and then there's just this other car up the road, and then obviously immediately focused on trying to chase that one down and put the pressure on.
Huge question marks over the fuel in this car that leads. Look how tight this thing is. We've been running now for 7 hours, 46 minutes and 27 seconds, and it's still intense.
You know, Adam's obviously feeding him as much information that he has. He doesn't have the live hook up to the radio knowing what those guys are doing, and he knows there's question marks around it because he goes, how can that car do that amount of laps on fuel? As we had the same data of what Frosty was doing at the same time.
There's a new lap record that's been set by Mostert, 2 minutes 7.4. Big slide by Whincup. He's got nothing left. This is a qualifying lap. He's squeezing every last tenth.
We knew pretty well we were in trouble. It was pretty certain from the pit garage. Jamie would have known in the car as well by then because he can see all the warnings on the dash as well.
Save fuel, we're in the pot, mate. We are in the pot. You're going to have to save fuel. We're not going to make it.
You know, by that point, yeah, we all understand the severity of the issue. You know, and there's little that you know, by that point it was sort of, we could only try to communicate that to Jamie as clearly as possible.
Jade, I'm not joking, you're not going to finish if you don't conserve maximum. We're talking maximum minus 100.
We're all watching it. Dutto's as clued up as anyone as an engineer, and Dutto's obviously engineered Jamie for many years. So, you know, we were trying to get a bit more of maybe a response just to make sure that Jamie understood the severity of the problem that we were in.
I don't think he can hear them. I'm sure there must be something wrong. Is his earpiece out? Paul Dumbrell can't believe it. This has continued to escalate. Whincup has been told over and over and over again, back off.
It wasn't until 2.5 laps to go that we knew we were in trouble for petrol. And yeah, the last 2 laps, we knew we weren't going to make it.
He goes, mate, you just got to drive as hard as you can. I think you come across to me and it's going to be line ball, you got to do. So I think when you're coming, you know, you're starting that last lap, you're like, oh, basically, I don't know, a bit of an Aussie bogan, but you're just like, I hope this thing costs you bastard, basically. And talking to his car, trying to get in the car's mind, even though you're still trying to wrestle a 650 horsepower supercar around the track.
Pretty much know the script.
So yeah, started the last lap of the race in front.
Last lap, buddy, last lap. Set yourself up for the Eldo or Conrod. Okay, mate, so block up the hill, and we'll just have to see what happens, mate, but we're probably going to run out.
Now it's we're in the hands of the Bathurst gods and the fuel gods, and unfortunately on that day they didn't shine on us.
It's amazing how much the cameras pick up all the fans on the side of the hill and people riding with you out throughout the day, or people riding with J-Dub and wanting to hold on. It really shows the fan spectacle of what Bathurst is all about, and it's really awesome to see this footage and hear that side of things that I've never seen before.
He tries to do it at Skyline. There's no space there either. Now he's just got a hold station because it's a one-line groove down through the dipper and on the run towards the elbow. This is off the scale.
And then at the elbow, he was trying to hold me up as much as he could, and I was pretty committed going in there no matter what. And obviously the rub came and got the overlap, and then I was surprised when I was down Conrod that I could see him in my mirror, not beside me.
This kid is going to win this thing today, and so is Paul Morris. Has not led a lap all day, Crompo. Not led a lap. Chaz Mostert is going to win with Paul Morris. We are approaching the 8th hour of the 2014 Super Cheap Auto Bathurst 1000, and Chaz Mostert, who's had 21 V8 Supercar events and 56 previous races, is going to make a very special name in history here. He is the winner of the Super Cheap Auto Bathurst 1000.
I think the raw emotion just comes out in the TV things after, and
I can't really remember what I said to Jamie after the race. We've always had the approach of, we win together, we lose together. Some days the driver drags you out of a bad situation and gets you the result, and other days it's the other way around, and that's just the nature of our sport. On that day, we didn't get it right.
I wasn't gassed like at the last couple of laps. I was pretty tired. Like, it's a long day around Bathurst. Every driver feels it. The worst thing I got out, I think I screamed the whole in-lap from doing the burnout all the way through the campsite to jumping up on the car, then coming down and getting about 20 or 30 team members all smash you on the back as hard as you can. I just had no oxygen left, so I felt dizzy and I thought I better sit down here. And then Dean Cando's basically, oh, you okay, you all right? And I'm like, I just need a second to get some air in here, and I come good after that. But yeah, it's just the emotion of it, so it's unbelievable.
We did everything we could. We fought till the death, but it wasn't to be. And yeah, we rolled down the hill and finished 5th in the great race. But like many stories to other competitors on the day, and many thousands of other competitors that have engaged in the great race, it wasn't our day.
That was probably one of the wildest Bathursts in. Wow, there's been a lot to say in history. Is probably unfair. But it would have to be up there with one of the craziest Bathurst 1000s in the history of the sport.
Also, the other vision of that, watching J-Dub get out of the car and showing how good a showman and sportsman he is. Most guys would probably just be off the Richter scale, super disappointed. But to see him get out of the car and put his arms up and show the fans that, well, that was Bathurst and all that kind of stuff. And no doubt he'd feel disappointed, but you have so much respect for a guy like that. So yeah, Paul Morris, see him crying. There's so much that happened through the race, and then there's so much that happened after the race. So much to take in, but that's the emotion of Bathurst, and especially in 2014, that was just unreal to know how that race was even going to unfold. Even when you watch it now, you still get goosebumps about it because you still can't believe that race unfolded that way.
And the winners of the great race from last on the grid, they led one lap, Chaz Mostert and Paul